Okay. Hello and welcome back to our series on Catholic women. My name is Jenny Zahner and today we'll be talking about St. Josephine Bakhita. Josephine Margaret Bakhita was born in the Darfur region of Sudan in 1869. She was the niece of the chief of her tribe and lived a happy, peaceful early life. She said that as a child, she did not know suffering. However, when she was 8 years old, she was kidnapped by Arab slave traders. Although she was just a small child, she was forced to walk to the market where she would eventually be sold. It is estimated that she walked over 600 miles from her village to the slave market. The slavers who took her gave her a new name, Bakhita, which means fortunate in Arabic. Although she said she had had a happy childhood, she was subject to so much suffering and dehumanization at the hands of her slavers that she forgot most of it. She even forgot her own name, the name that had been given to her by her family, and she only remembered herself by her Arabic name, Bakhita. While a slave, Bakhita said that she knew both kind and cruel masters. Some of them treated her well. However, one particularly cruel woman forced Bakhita to undergo a scarring ritual. Intricate wounds were cut into her flesh and then filled with salt to ensure that they left permanent scars on her body. She maintained over 114 scars on her body the rest of her life from this ritual. Her next master was much kinder. Next, she was sold to an Italian businessman in Khartoum. He was kind to her, and when he left for Italy, she begged him to take her with him. He took her to Italy with him and introduced her to an order of Canossian sisters. When the family that owned her were away at work or business, they would leave Bakhita in the care of the Canossian sisters. The sisters cared for Bakhita and told her about God. In her autobiography, Bakhita said, "Those holy mothers instructed me with heroic patience and introduced me to that God whom from my childhood I had felt in my heart without knowing who he was." Bakhita loved the sisters and begged to be allowed to join them. The sisters agreed. However, her master refused to release her. The Canossian sisters loved Bakhita so much, and recognizing her devotion, decided to help her fight for her freedom. The case went to court, and Bakhita was released from slavery and free to join the Canossian sisters. Bakhita was baptized, confirmed, and received her first Eucharist all on the same day on January 9th, 1890. The same day, she took the name she would be known by, Josephine Margaret Fortunata. Fortunata, like Bakhita, means fortunate. She was baptized and confirmed by the Archbishop who would later become Pope Pius X. 3 years after Bakhita's baptism, she joined the convent, and 3 years after that, she took her holy vows with the Canossian sisters. At the convent, she loved the daily work of the sisters. Her tasks included sharing her story and teaching about God, as well as more mundane tasks, such as cooking and sewing. However, Bakhita's favorite task was not one that brought her into the spotlight, such as her teaching and sharing her story. But her favorite task was standing by the convent door and welcoming in visitors, strangers, and aliens, just as she had been welcomed in by the sisters. She was well loved by the other sisters in the convent and by the village around the convent. During World War II, the village was bombed, but not one single citizen was harmed, despite the destruction. The village said that this was due to the prayers of Josephine Bakhita, the little brown sister, and they called her their protector. Sister Josephine Bakhita died 42 years after joining the convent. Her last words were a prayer to Our Lady. Thank you for joining us.